I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the DeVille Chronoscope GMT chronograph. You can see this automatic winding coaxial chronometer chronograph on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this DeVille Chronoscope GMT chronograph. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is a large watch. In stainless steel, the measurement from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, not counting crown guards or chronograph pushers, is 44 millimeters, and it wears like 44. It's thick but not excessively thick. You can see the generously stepped and domed bezel. So at 15 millimeters in thickness, but with that particular case profile, it slides fairly easily underneath tight cuffs or sleeves with formal attire or casual. Now from lug to lug, it is a bit of a giant, however. 55 millimeters from extremity to extremity puts this watch in a oversized size class, contemporary in every respect. The watch also features Baroque case lines inspired by the 1950s, but in these modern dimensions, remarkably striking. They have incredible visual impact and persona on the wrist. The watch is paired with a very substantial, as you can see, generously bolstered, dark brown, monotone-stitch, folded edge alligator leather strap, supple calfskin on the bottom where it touches the wrist. It's paired with Omega's ubiquitous twin trigger folding buckle, single fold deployant. It features a special minder system, so excess strap length is tucked underneath the body of the clasp to keep the look clean. You'll note there are no minder loops to take up excess slack. The watch doesn't need them. Now the case itself is big and it is brash, it is bold, but what it is not is excessively bright. It is beautifully finished with a satin understated tone, and you can see that there's even a little bit of differential finish between the bezel assembly and the case, such that you get a little bit of a two-tone band along the case flank. Now the watch features, as I mentioned, a Baroque case and a dial to match. The dial starts with a 24-hour scale that doubles as the chronograph second scale and the minute scale for the civil time. We'll start the chronograph up to illustrate, but you can see uniquely all applied and polished Arabic numerals for the 24-hour scale, and likewise applied and polished facets for the 12-hour format scale. You can see the red arrow-tipped GMT hand that moves in a single cycle per 24 hours, and then you can see the so-called triple date. The logic behind it is that even if the minutes hand is superimposed atop the date, you can see either the succeeding or the preceding date and correctly discern today's date. The Omega marquee is remarkably discreet, but also applied and polished at 12 o'clock. Now all of the sub-registers are countersunk. You can see how the sub-registers themselves feature a contrasting black tone that's a beautiful distinction when juxtaposed to the metallic brown sunburst of the primary dial, and then the black is recapitulated on the 24-hour scale track. There's beautiful polished metallic chapter rings to all of the sub-registers, as well as the aperture for the triple date. On the case back, we find the Omega caliber 3603. Now this one's based loosely on a Frédéric Piguet ébauche, so it has the heart of a Blancpain. It is both a coaxial movement, so it has the George Daniels coaxial system for long-term timing stability, but it's also a chronometer for exceptional timing precision. Now other refinements include a 52-hour power reserve, solidly more than the industry standard of 42. It is a unidirectional winder, so automatic winding with unidirectional action, and it is a column wheel and a vertical clutch chronograph mechanism. So if I may, I'll demonstrate exactly what I mean by that. You can see, as I actuate the watch, the movement of the column wheel function selector. It's a tactile pleasure, and it provides an audible report or click as you cycle the watch's functions. What the watch also features is a vertical clutch engagement for the chronograph. So when you start the chronograph, it always simply starts without any jump, it stops without stagger, and it always resets precisely to the index at 12. That's the advantage of a vertical clutch, very refined, but it also allows you to run the chronograph continuously without additional wear and tear on the movement, as you would find find in something like a lateral or yoke clutch. More advanced, it gives you more options about how you wear your watch. And of course, if you put this one on a textile such as a NATO, it also has 100-meter water resistant, so not only is it laden with features and spectacular to see, but it's also a very versatile timepiece, whether you find yourself on the ballroom floor or, for instance, the seafloor. This is the watch to have. You can see it and you can purchase it on our website.